So, and wild cards can be any color.
Yeah.
Wild cards can be any color.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they look completely different, so you'll be able to tell.
Yeah, you'll be able to tell.
Gotcha. But you can't do anything until you can lay something down. What's your starting point? Do you just pick?
Well, you
roll over here. What's that about?
Look
just the point
at your destination
tracker.
cards and try to figure out how you want to try to pull those off.
Gotcha.
And that's where you'll do it.
I see.
All right, so Chad will start on you. So, and then
that's the worst place to start. You start.
I'll start
so that we can all see what.
Okay, so you can watch us both. Okay,
and then it goes.
Okay. Welcome to the Distracted Gaming Podcast. Woo! This time, boy bounce style. Here we are, back again. This week we're going to be playing Ticket to Ride. Ooh.
There's no way we're finishing this game.
No, there's no way in hell we're finishing this game, but you never know.
You got a ticket to ride.
I don't know just ride. Woo! Good job.
Sorry.
I loved it.
Thank you.
The object of this game is to score the most points by moving your little point tile around the board. You score points by accomplishing goals, laying down track, and just being the best person. The game ends when one person runs out. The first person who runs out of their
it's 0,
trains.
1, or 2.
0, 1, or 2, and then it goes back around the board one time.
Okay. Always go around the board another time. Always.
I'm going to start, and then we're going to go this way so these two can watch a hand played.
Woohoo! Yeah.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my thing, and then I'm going to figure it out, and I don't remember.
Got to find love. I think it's cool that Omaha is like the center because we're in Nebraska.
I'm going to start by building something. That's right.
Man.
Look at that. Boom.
Giant.
I'm going to go from Duluth to Chicago. So I have 3 red cards I can trade in to put my guys right here on this, right here. All right.
Where are you going to trade them in at? At like the trade-in place?
No, there's just a discard pile.
Oh.
Oh.
And those are gone.
Look, it's like the car bank. It's the train car bank.
Yes.
Real
All
car
right.
bank.
Andrew, your turn. And I'll get started on topics. Really? We might not have shuffled this too well. All right. First topic. Japan needs to bang.
What does that mean?
Japan, for those who don't know, has been going through a bit of a population crisis in the past few years.
Oh, that kind.
Like decade and a half or something like that. Their population has steadily been decreasing gradually. But this past year is the biggest drop-off they've ever had. They lost 244,000 people in total population.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Which is crazy when you think about how little surface they actually have for cemeteries. So
Yeah.
that just means a ton of ashes in the air.
Well, yeah. The 1,031,000 people were born in that country, but only 207.
Try it again.
1,275,000 people died.
Nice. Okay.
But it's kind of skewed, though.
Not nice that they died. That's not what I mean. Nice that he was able to finally get the number out.
At this rate, at this increased rate, actually, they will lose a third of their population within the next 50 years.
Woo!
But actually, this has been slowly scaling up in how many people they're losing, because here's what happens in Japan. They became very business-oriented, and they treat their women in business rather well. And it's become socially acceptable, which it hadn't been in Japan for a very long time, for women to have jobs.
That's true.
So, women stopped making families. Women got jobs, stopped having families.
Right.
Nobody's making babies.
What?
It's something like 42% of the country is over the age of 55 at this point. It's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
What I'm thinking about this is a ripe opportunity for Japan to bust out with some new super cutting-edge technology where guys can have babies. Fuck yeah!
Seahorse style!
That shit!
Bang!
Okay.
All right.
Were those numbers skewed for the natural disasters that have been happening in Japan?
I don't know. But it's still, even if the death rate is higher because of that, they're still not having children.
I think think that's a good question, though, because, I mean, the tsunami and the nuclear explosion or whatever it was.
Earthquake.
The earthquake. Yeah. It's like now suddenly is all of that blame landing on working women because they're not having babies? You know what I have to say about that? Fuck that! Okay, go ahead.
And that sounds like a very good argument, but this has been happening for a while, well before any of these.
Well, so your numbers say.
I was going to say, because those numbers, I mean...
Fuck math.
Numbers can't be skewed, I guess. All right.
Just saying.
Not generally census numbers, no.
No, they can't. Well, so what's their plan? I'm sure they have one.
They don't have one right now. Here's the biggest problem that's accompanying this. They're also in a bit of a economic stagnation currently. Mm-hmm. They're the third largest economy in the world, and they're all kind of in the same thing that we were a few years ago, that nobody has any money really. The housing market's kind of falling. They're going through this thing, so they're doing some pretty drastic stuff to try to climb out of it. Hiking taxes, increased government spending on government works to get money back into and they're just doing all of this stuff, but they're afraid that they're going to start losing. And these are all very long-term economic plans, but they're afraid they're going to start losing their current workforce because they're all going to get too old.
Yeah. Flash forward into the future. What do you think they're going to do? 20 years from now.
Robots for everything.
Exactly. Yes, that's the answer. Robots having babies. Baby robots.
So what is? Tell me about this.
This is the point system.
Okay.
Here's it.
So you've laid stuff
right
down.
Here, I'll give you this to you. This is how the points work. On this side is how many trains you lay down. On this side is how many points you get for those amount of trains.
Okay.
And that's independent of the points you score for making your destinations.
Yes.
Okay. So if we're trying to make these destinations.
Mm-hmm.
These destinations.
Yeah, I'm sorry. These destinations. These kind you can only put down the color.
Yes.
Up here that you have.
Yes.
These are any color.
Yes.
Any color, but they have to all be the same color.
Have to all be the same. What is What's that card?
That is wild.
It's a wild card.
Yes.
Okay.
Notice there's a rainbow on it.
All right. And then so
Charlie.
at my turn, okay, I can do what you guys did.
Yes.
You can,
Or
you can draw two cards of this, you can draw from the you can draw from the face-up cards,
Okay.
or you can draw from the face-down cards,
Okay.
or you can take more of these.
More of those, which is
But
kind of
you
stupid right
really
now.
don't need it right now.
Because we don't need those.
No.
Okay, so all right.
I would either lay something down or pick up some cards.
Yeah, I see where you're.
Lay down some cool raps.
Once in a while, I like to rap. Most of the time, it comes out crap.
It worked for Eminem. I mean, it's fine.
No, he's good. You want white? I can get these for you. You don't appreciate
And
it.
then
that
flip
way.
it.
Okay, flip this, and you get to draw one more.
I can draw one more.
Yeah, you get two cards when you draw. Unless you draw a wild card from face up.
Okay, then you only get to one card.
Yeah.
I'm understanding now. Okay, so
Yes. But the reason I brought this up, this is a very strange problem for a country to have. In a world where there's over 7 billion people, there's a country that their population, and this isn't a poor country either, third biggest economy in the world.
In a rich world.
They're afraid they're all going to die off.
wow.
I'm sure someone somewhere has done like the number crunching on how long would it take them to rebuild a workforce like that. I mean, can you look forward?
They probably just ask Americans to move there.
Well, they have actually. I have been seeing some things in which they've been trying to figure out if they can, like repetitive jobs, if they can get robotic people to do. Well, the weirdest one I ever saw was a teacher. They're trying to get them to replace teachers, and actually, teachers are really highly touted in Asian society. But they. Like they're making robots and they're just like going to program in with the syllabuses, but they look like humans, like Chuck E. Cheese animatronic Disneyland humans.
That's just creepy for
it's fucking weird.
But here's I guess this is my question: is it really a workforce issue? Like they don't have enough people that they can't remove people from the workforce without things going to shit, or is it more just that women are at this point are kind of more interested in the job thing than they are the having the kid thing?
Well, that's freaking them out. They're not.
they're actually, I did read a thing probably 6 months ago about maybe them, they were trying to do like a campaign of encouraging employers to say, if you get pregnant, you won't lose your job. And they were trying to spread that around the country as like this weird propaganda thing.
Those are the kind of things that I feel like would be a more, maybe I'm completely wrong here, but I feel like those would be more incentivizing. What's the word?
Incentivizing.
Make it up. Doesn't matter.
Yes.
Well, like I said, incentivizing.
Incentivizing. More so than I'm going to make teachers robots. I mean, that's just kind of lame.
Why not have daycares in the workplace?
There we go.
Or adopt from America. I mean,
tax breaks
or
for having
adopt
a
from
kid.
America, because there are a lot of poor crack babies.
We all know enough about Japanese culture to know that they don't always make sense in these situations.
You make a good point.
They have vending machines full of used panties, for Christ's sake. The country has a couple of things backwards. But
They have a fascination with vomit. It's unfortunate, but that's fine. Whatever.
Vomit is interesting.
Plus,
You're half Japanese.
I must be.
Plus the love letter between Japan and robots. Somebody.
Yeah.
A love letter written in ones and zeros.
What?
Yeah.
All right, your turn.
Oh, good. Okay.
All right, that's what I just want to talk about. I just thought that was the strangest problem for a country to have. In a world that we are constantly... Everybody's fucking. Everybody's fucking. Oh, flip another one.
Yep.
Ooh, get that one. Oh, actually, you can't draw that one.
Yeah, you can't.
Can't draw that one.
It's a rule.
I want it.
I got my
Damn
second
rules.
pair of hobo gloves this Christmas from my aunt.
Nice.
Hey, cool.
Her aunt stabbed a hobo. That's why they're called hobo gloves.
Those are pretty cool.
She probably thought she was helping the environment.
to stab a hobo. But that's a wise move. Because they're mittens, right?
All right,
Or
I'm
they're
going to take my turn. I'm
gloves.
going to draw that
Yeah.
wild, and it's going to be Andrew's turn. Go ahead. Ooh, look at all the colors.
My turn? All right. What am I going to do? What?
Here we come, we're back again. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC,
Go Jen.
Boys to Men, awesome headgear I'm wearing right now.
Backstreet.
You look so cool.
All right.
He is so cool looking.
I'd be the weird one. Why is that guy in the group? I mean, I get it. I get it. They want to put different types of people.
Like
but ugly probably wasn't a good idea.
like AJ, the Backstreet Boys, or Chris of NSYNC.
Joey, the fat one.
Joey's the fat one?
It's funny because his last name is Fatone.
Oh, I get it. Oh, okay.
All right, next topic. Algae to oil. There's been this talk since the 1970s that one renewable source of energy, there's a process to turn algae into crude oil. But the problem is it's very long and cost, and nobody ever got into it.
And it's probably not as much fun as fracking.
I thought you were about to say it was long and crude.
Oh.
Your dick is long.
That was
and crude.
funny.
But recently, a company has developed a way to speed up the process, not just a little bit.
Ooh.
They can turn 100 pounds of algae into 53 pounds of crude oil in 30 minutes.
That sounds like a lie.
Really?
A big old lie.
Yep. Nope, true.
Because science.
It best resembles, the crude oil that comes out of it best resembles crude oil that is gotten from seabeds in deep water.
Okay.
Offshore oil and stuff like that.
So is that like the shitty crude, or is that like a pretty...
Super crude. But it can be turned into anything you want. Jet fuel, gasoline, all the stuff we
Plastics.
use. Plus,
All the
byproducts of the process actually can be used for electricity, natural gas, and fertilizer, hence to grow more algae.
Interesting.
Based on this new process, they think, speculation, if it was embraced, and to embrace this, we would have to, just for United States purposes, we would have to free up enough land to cover Massachusetts for this. But we could get gas down to $2 a gallon. And that would cover all of our energy needs in the United States.
Do you remember the days of gas $2 a gallon?
I remember
Yeah, I was in high school.
$1 something because I'd go to college and I would put $7 in and it would fill it up like almost the entire way for $7.
Yeah, it was like $1.50
were
maybe
the
when I started driving.
Those were the days.
Yeah. I would say this. You guys know me. I'm not like hardcore anti-business, anti-corporation. I'm thinking like, hey, do well for yourself. That's all fine. But I can guarantee you, gasoline will never be 2 gallons again.
No,
Ever.
never.
Will never happen.
Well, I got to $2.99 once.
Well, no, because I see what you're saying. It's because they crossed that barrier in which people are now just okay with the price. There was never. They were afraid there was going to be this giant outcry of people going, "Fuck you! We'll never drive again," and that never happened.
I do drive less.
Well,
So you're
true.
afraid, you're thinking they got a taste, and so why would they ever go back to
they'll
less?
never go back to that ever. I mean, crude oil price. I mean, we could discover how to pull gasoline out of the air, and it would cost nothing to do, and gas would still be $3 a gallon.
There is one encouraging part from this. This came from $600 million put into a research study funded by ExxonMobil.
Wow.
One of the biggest oil companies in the world. So at least Exxon is interested in moving into this process.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want to be the Blockbuster of the oil industry.
That's probably
miss that
true.
train.
Very true.
Get it? Miss the train? Get it?
Whose turn is it?
Your turn.
Oh, okay, sorry. The genius part of this is, and I don't know if other companies are going to see it, if we run out of oil, and we will at some point if nothing is done, that means these car companies, these oil companies, are going to have to figure out a new way to make money. Why not just take a process that is, invest a little money, figure out a process, and then have to change fuck all? It's $600 million to develop this thing, and to the process of doing it, because basically it's a giant pressure cooker to do it.
Yeah.
It's 660 degrees Fahrenheit at 3,000 psi for that half an hour.
Is there nothing that algae can't do?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
you can make it into oil. You can make it into
Milkshakes.
food. You can
Algae milkshakes.
you can terraform planets with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
what else?
can go to the moon,
Right.
dance the jitterbug.
At least the jitterbug, if not the
Yeah.
mashed potato and the twist too.
Yes, the mashed potato. Can they burn leftover bodies to reach the temperatures they need? I'm just thinking about land space.
Yeah, damn
I
straight.
mean, Japan could be a part of that. They could create some sort of cooperative.
Well,
Soylent Green is people.
Soylent Green is people.
Soylent Green is people.
Look, if we're going to burn people, it's not going to be in Japan. They're running out of people.
Can you move
India.
India.
They have too many.
All
people.
those female babies in China.
China.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Nobody wants
China
that.
babies.
move me too, please?
China
Which one is you? Blue?
babies.
1, 2.
I go.
Well, they did say the process is a little expensive, but it's only a fraction of what you would get out of actually making the oil. It covers itself, and you can theoretically invent ways to use the energy you're making, use the oil you're making to immediately just put back into your machine. Which would probably be the worst ecological.
Oh.
Okay, don't show us it.
Okay.
It's at the end of the game.
Oh, well, nobody told me that. Now you guys know.
That's okay.
I think you're awesome.
You got 4 more points at the end of the game, buddy.
That's right.
There's a 22-pointer in here somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I did it. I did it the first time I played. Because everybody just thought I was fucking around.
Anyways.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was cool. A way to...
Science is cool.
Science is cool.
It is.
Science is cool.
That could be super awesome. And
I
it
also-
is. It makes a lot of sense to figure out a way to continue to, like you said earlier, do the crude so our infrastructure doesn't have to change. We can still burn the shit in our cars, fuck up the ozone layer and all that shit. It'd be awesome.
And it is... I mean... I'm all about nature too, but I'm also being realistic.
Mm-hmm.
These companies are in charge of a lot. Not just their companies; they're in charge of more than that. Let's be fucking honest, people.
That's your point.
They're going to find a way to just either smoke us out or whatever anyway. So at least this way I get to keep my, old cars. My 1970s muscle cars.
Yeah.
So his favorite car is his 94 Dodge Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
91, and no, it's not.
Yeah. That's practically vintage.
Vintage. That means my brother's vintage.
Yeah.
Your turn, honey.
All right, my turn again. I don't know what my cards are. All right, next topic. I'm just going to draw those and move on. Go ahead. James Avery passed away.
Oh.
James Avery, Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
I know.
died at the age of 68. First off, one of the better TV dads, I would say, of all time.
He was over 6 feet tall,
Real big dude. There's a lot of tall people,
Wow.
except for Alfonso, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
But that was just a joke they were doing.
Yes. Shit. The Fresh Prince. Did you watch it a lot?
Yeah, well, that was right at the right time. It was 90 to 96, and that was, I was
The golden years.
5
Yeah.
to 11. It's kind of perfect for that.
Grew up with it. That was like your family.
Yeah, Will was the awesome older dude you wanted to hang out with, and they had the perfect little family, and it was actually it was one of those shows that was fundamentally funny, but they randomly did heavy episodes. And I've always said that's how you could measure a good comedy TV show. If they can just randomly do heavy stuff and nobody bats an eye.
Yep.
MASH, for example.
Yeah.
So Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Family Ties threw down.
Did they?
Who would win?
If they did,
Fresh Prince!
who would win?
That's right. Who would win?
Or Family Matters.
I don't know. The littlest of the Keatons. What's her name? She was a sporty. She played lacrosse and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
She was
she did
tough.
play
But Will Smith is a Scientologist.
Yeah.
But we're talking about them as characters in the time,
Yes, we are. We are talking
not
about
the
those
celebrities that they
But Will
became.
Smith's like Will Smith.
But Uncle Phil was a judge, though. So in the end, they win.
Because what did the Family Ties parents do? They were like, somebody was like a college teacher?
Dad he worked for like the local public, the public network or whatever the hell.
Yeah, like PBS or something
PBS
like that.
affiliate he worked for.
Because they had the leather patches
Mom
on
was
his
like,
elbow.
I don't know what mom was. Maybe she was a college
Maybe
teacher.
she's
That
just
would
a
make sense to me.
homemaker. I don't.
That would make sense to me.
I would like to point out a few more things that Mr. Avery did
Michael
do.
J.
Oh, okay.
He did 2 years on The Closer, if anybody watched that show. He
Right.
did 2 years on The Closer.
Oh, yeah. He did do him closer. Yeah.
Also, from my childhood again, he was the voice of Shredder on the original Ninja Turtle show. Yes. Which is fucking sweet as shit. That's also
Wow,
a 6 year.
I did not know that.
That's also a 6-year running TV show. That's 2 6-year running TV shows he was
I
on.
totally remember when that was on.
That's pretty fucking successful by any stretch of the imagination.
You know who I'm going to be sad though when they die? Mr. Feeney.
Mr. Feeney,
Mr. Feeney died. That's going to be really sad.
Whoa.
Boy Meets World.
Mr. Feeney.
That would be crazy.
I mean, he's old enough.
When
I guess,
people
but-
start dying from the television shows you watched as a kid, then you start going, oh.
Well, him and Betty White.
Betty White will never die.
Betty White.
Betty White's already dead. That's actually an animatronic Betty
Like
White
Dick Cheney?
that
Like
they're
Dick Cheney?
using. Like Dick Clark. They used him for such a long time, but he had a clause in his will that said they couldn't make more than one, and so when that one died, the battery started getting all wonky, and they couldn't replace it.
And then, they
sad.
just cloned him and made Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest is a test tube baby. That's a true story. And he came out of the lab at exactly that age.
Yo, I don't believe this whole went to Georgia story. Bullshit.
It's total bullshit. Yeah, he's a real success story. So
Speaking of Georgia,
for the Disney Corporation.
Speaking of Georgia,
Corporation.
Speaking of Georgia, go Cornhuskers.
Georgia. What?
You just slipped that in, dude.
I really did.
You broke your own rule. All right, it's all good.
Was there like a game or something?
Yeah, there was like a football thing.
Foosball thing happened yesterday.
I thought that was.
We scored all the
over.
home runs.
It is now. It's done now.
Oh, good. Well, okay. Thank God.
No,
so those boys can finally rest. That's what I mean. They work so hard during the fall.
They do work.
No, but that was the thing I wanted to talk about. What was the time? Because this is kind of a thing for me. Like, I really loved that show when I was a kid. Do you remember a star from when you were young and you really invested yourself into that show, and when they passed away, you really felt like somebody you knew might have passed?
Edna Krabappel.
Edna Krabappel.
Totally lost me. What?
Edna Krabappel.
From The Simpsons?
From The Simpsons.
Oh, you're kidding.
She passed away this year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's who they killed off?
No,
she actually died. The woman who played her actually died, so they retired her character.
Okay.
So they both happened.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
What?
Well, actually, she died a couple of weeks after they announced they were going to kill off the character.
And they're like, we swear it was not her.
It's the Simpsons curse. Oh my god!
Matt Groening killed Edna Krabappel.
Videotaping them sneaking
Flanders
in.
obviously needed to be a widow for the second
Smothering
time.
Yeah, which is shitty because Ned Flanders is a double widower.
What?
Oh,
When did he marry?
that's harsh.
Like a recent season, I haven't seen either.
I don't. Yeah, I'm lost now.
The first 10 seasons were great,
But now, Flanders is marrying a Krabappel. And what good could come of that?
Somebody's still watching The Simpsons. Is it
A
you?
lot of people. Well, I watch it.
We tune in and out.
We tune in.
Do you? I think I stopped
Well,
watching in
that
like
was a show
2003.
Yeah, it was a
that my
while
dad
ago.
forbid me to watch because Bart called Homer Homer and not Dad.
I think you told that
Yeah.
that story last time
Yeah.
you were on the
That's
show.
That's good though.
Well, that's because we were talking. Well, we were talking about Simpsons last time.
Who's-
Yeah, we
Whose
always,
turn is
we always,
it?
yeah, we go there.
I don't
quite a
know. I
bit,
think it's
actually.
Chad's turn.
Is it my turn?
I
Yeah,
think
Chad,
it is
go.
your turn.
No, he built something. I thought.
Yeah, I built something. and
No,
you went,
that was the last time. I think it is your turn.
And then what did you do next?
I built that.
Okay, I'm just gonna go.
Okay.
Okay, do it.
You know.
Fucking do it. Draw
I'm just gonna
cards.
go. I'm just gonna go.
cards?
I'm just going. I'm probably gonna draw cards. I probably am. Let me give me a moment.
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ.
No, but somebody who passed away.
Paul
on a TV
Walker.
Show. Paul Walker.
He wasn't in a TV show, but
You're like,
Had an emotional connection
I
to
think
Fast and
about
the Furious.
yeah, the first Fast and the Furious would really mean a lot to me.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you're not like there is no dumb answer on this because the point of entertainment is to hopefully interact with people and make them not just entertain them, but hopefully make them feel something. And if you get attached to characters, then you get attached to the people behind the character as well. And there's nothing you can do about that.
that's true.
I'm trying to think here because a lot of people died this year. And I'm trying to remember what the.
It doesn't have to be this year.
Well, I'm just saying with the Facebook uproar.
I'm just gonna take these whites.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Can you just do that? Can you take those?
Yeah.
I just took them. I don't know if you can do it. I just took them.
He can do it.
They let me do it.
He's a pimp.
So
Go.
He can do
So,
it. He
do
can
you
do
have
what
an
he
answer for that one,
wants.
Chad?
you guys make me want to think like two things at once. I'm trying to play the game, and then I'm supposed to think of like a dead guy or a
It
girl.
makes me wanna
Or dog.
meow 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 meow.
Brian.
Right. Oh wait.
Brian, they brought him back. The guy who got the R.I.P. Brian tattoo on his calf. I hope you've learned your fucking
Yeah,
lesson,
right.
man.
Exactly. Wow, that's a good one. Okay, so somebody from the past when I was growing up that died. Uncle Jesse from
Full House.
not the Full House Uncle Jesse.
He didn't die. John Stamos is very much alive.
No, the guy who looked the guy from with the Dukes of Hazzard, the Uncle Jesse from Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Like him,
Oh,
is he
Uncle
dead? I don't
Jesse.
even know. But it would be pretty sad.
If he died, that's true.
Yeah, the guy who played. Trying to think back what I even cared about. Oh shit!
Draw cards.
It happened during the show though, so I don't know if this counts. But when Coach died from
From the eponymous show,
he died too though.
Coach the
He did.
Handbag.
Coach from Where Everybody Knows Your Name.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah.
My turn.
When he died.
That's a good one. That's a good
Wow,
one.
yeah.
I liked Cheers quite a bit. Cheers was a good show.
Did you like
No,
the
mine
Sam
yours
and
drew.
Diane Cheers, or did you like the
Yeah, the
other
Sam and Diane
Cheers?
Cheers was far better than Sam and whatever
Whatever her name was.
her
Cheers.
name was in the show. Yeah.
Interesting.
Cheers was good.
Cheers was a good show.
Very, very good spin-off. So.
The one that I went to right away when I was thinking of this is he was on 10 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter at the time.
Oh yeah.
What John
Redder.
when he passed away.
Yeah.
Because that was right in the middle of the
That's
show,
me.
and that show was very popular at the
Yeah.
time too.
Was it?
Yeah, it was
I watched Three's Company a
Second-
lot when I was a
second
kid,
rated
so-
show on on
Really?
ABC at the time.
I never watched it, but I listened to the radio DJs in the morning bitch about it. They hated it. On the Blaze.
Yeah, because the radio DJs on local radio, they're...
They know everything.
Because this guy knows.
Lincoln Radio, you guys, look, radio's bad, but Lincoln Radio's especially terrible. There's something about this town. We do not have any good radio stations. That's dead. It's forever dead. You killed it with a hammer.
Don't you guys break my stuff?
I didn't break your stuff. You broke your own stuff. Did you change your batteries as needed batteries?
What is it? Did it reach
It
its
says the card is full.
point of planned obsolescence?
Oh.
I screwed up. It's my bad. I'm sorry,
It's okay.
people.
You'll never know what
You know
happened
what?
on this game again.
So, an error on my part. So,
right.
I have one job. I've got one fucking job.
We'll move this, and then maybe you can see something.
I think it's just I'm fat. That's the first time I came here.
You're
and I
right.
wasn't
We're not
turned
getting
on.
married.
Pretty sure that's not it. I think.
Oh,
you're
well,
fine.
my bad. Sorry, everybody. You'll just have to, get commentary from Mike for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. No, yeah, those are all good answers. But yeah, John Ritter is what I go to because he was kind of a loved actor for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So you really liked the Reasons Not to Date My Teenage
No, I
Daughter.
didn't. I liked Three's Company. I actually had this weird. I watched a lot of Three's Company when I was a kid on like reruns and stuff, and I weirdly liked that show.
I think that was in syndication for pretty much ever.
Yeah, like Seinfeld
I think
will
you
be.
could probably still find it somewhere.
What do you think the Seinfeld syndication checks look like? Or the Friends ones?
No clue.
Friends.
Oh man,
Are those all syndicated? Jesus Christ.
right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Community just got syndication this year, and they're still on.
Wow. I guess that's when Castle got syndicated,
Yep,
like 3 years in.
Finally.
Well, first
turn already?
episode, we're shooting on a Thursday first episode of season 5 of 5 or 6 of
Yeah.
Community hits tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
Popular.
Yeah. That show that always is about to die.
They're about to get kicked off the island.
All right, next one. SNL in China.
What?
China, that has very strict internet rules. For those who don't know, they have very strict rules on what they have on their internet. Not North Korea strict, but they do have very strict things at which their government deems appropriate.
Gotcha.
However, a company called Sohu Video, I'm guessing on that one. Sohu Video. They just started putting up episodes of SNL. They got 10 episodes from this season, and they're going to start to do weekly, every week.
Wow.
The Monday after it comes out, they're going to put up non-subtitle episodes, and then the Saturday a week prior, they're going to give subtitles.
The subtitle version. Gotcha.
Episodes.
Gotcha.
And they're going to start rolling that out.
I think they should dub it. I think that'd be way cool.
Yeah.
Then I want to watch them.
The reason they got this is because the owner of Sohu, CEO or whatever, convinced the government that, frankly, most of these, a lot of the political stuff doesn't matter to China.
Right.
Does not matter
yeah.
to China. It's just funny because they're making fun. When they do politics, they're making fun of our country.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's hilarious to China.
China, I'm actually surprised that they would let that fly, though, because that's one of the things I'm pretty sure China doesn't want to train its people to do, is to think that they can make fun of their own government.
Well, the other reason he got it passed is he convinced them that the political views do not cross over. The things that are important to us are not as important to China.
Right.
And that's and SNL only covers the important issues anyway. Like they're not going to delve deep into anything. So the big thing he wanted to do was he wants to do eventually their own China version of SNL.
Can they even do that? I mean, they can't talk shit about their government.
Well, not necessarily that, but they want to do that style of show because apparently there's no sketch show.
There's no
in
sketch
China.
comedy at all
in China. And he wants to put our version on there because it's very cheap. It's a lot cheaper to just license our version and then to put up an original show.
Okay.
And,
they want
to get the audience prepped and say, "Hey, this is what it is," and then see how many people like it. And if they like it,
Right.
he's like, "All right, we're all
So
over it."
is this the U.S.'s plan to catch up to China's being smarter than us, make them dumber?
Hey,
Right?
Second Cold War.
Everyone knows that television does train behavior. It does. That's just a fact. And when you start showing people that are talking shit about their government or their leaders, etc., I'm astonished that they think that won't transfer.
Right.
If they just want a sketch show, there have to be like British sketch shows.
Give them Laugh-In or something.
Yeah.
You have to keep in mind, though, that political people that he convinced know none of this shit, probably.
So in a way, he's a revolutionary.
Yeah. He's probably
He's
aware of
lighting
all of
the
this
fire.
stuff.
He's
He
going
had
to jail and he's going to die.
Yeah.
That's what's
He
going to
had a
happen.
son that died in Tiananmen Square, and this is his revenge.
Boom!
When he's
a
in
horrible
jail,
thing
he'll
to
be
say.
called a revolutionary. Right now, he's just a smart fucking businessman.
He's
who's
just
trying
a
to make
businessman.
a lot of money.
He was like, SNL is like Pepsi or Coke. It is just a brand. It is not anything else. It is a sketch
Exactly.
comedy.
No, it's Dorothy's
No, I
turn.
totally buy
Dorothy's
that.
turn.
No, did you go?
I went.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, it's your turn.
Trade in these orange ones.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Orange.
Orange.
Are there no pink?
Naranja.
I've seen
Naranja.
red. I've seen
They're probably one
green.
big clump in the middle.
I've seen orange.
It's hard to shuffle this fucking here. Shuffle this.
Naranja.
Shuffle this right quick. Shuffle this right quick.
Naranja.
And then we'll maybe get some better colors.
Are you drawing, honey? Or are you?
Yeah, I need to draw. But yeah, I thought that was cool. In a country that really strict on what they show, even on their on their internet. And yes, you can regulate the internet, at least the surface internet.
they're hard to shuffle. They are hard to shuffle. They're little tiny cards.
They're the size of a Tic Tac box.
And our resident midget is not here.
True. We need little hands for precision work,
Yes.
people.
Aaron,
That's
come
what we
back.
need.
Catherine, come back. We need your hands.
Little hands, precision work.
Or Chris. I feel like Chris would somehow know how to
Yeah,
do
he would
this.
probably know some ancient,
He'd be like, listen,
Indian way to do it.
take 3 pieces of paper and this pen, and I can show you how it's done. And we'd all be like, holy shit.
Whoa.
That totally could work.
Totally could
I don't
work.
know why that reminds me of an old masturbation joke.
Doesn't surprise me. Everything reminds Mike of old
I don't
masturbation
remember what
jokes.
stand-up comic does this, but it says, you put a man on an island, give him a stick and a rock, in 10 minutes he'll figure out to whack off.
Yeah, the lone man on the island whacking off joke. Love that one. So many different variations.
Man on an island, tiger piece of cheese. 10 minutes later,
That's my favorite one.
using the cheese to jack off on the tiger.
Yeah, I need to.
Oh, whack off jokes. Whew, good ones.
I just, based on what we just talked about, I just drew 2 pink cards. So, yeah, they're in here.
They're in there. All right.
I didn't want them, but I got them. I actually wanted to sort of put in like a trading aspect of this game.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
There isn't one in the
should
rules,
totally
but I
be a
feel like there
trading-
should be.
I don't want. That'd be too close to Settlers, and I don't want to do that.
Right
shit.
in, right
I
in.
really don't want to do
Those
that.
are settlers of Catan.
House rules.
Never gonna play that way. I'd
right.
probably
Never gonna give
rage
you up.
Quit.
Never gonna let you
Rage
down.
quit.
Rage
News.
I want a
News.
t-shirt that says that.
Guys,
I'm gonna keep track of these T-shirts that we want to make because I totally forgot the T-shirt I wanted to make from our T2.
no, there's the only one I want to make is the only one I want to do is the face, Megan's face with a little tail, and she's a grumpy sperm in her dad's dick.
Grumpy sperm in her dad's dick. Grumpy sperm in her dad's dick.
That's the only one
There
I
we
want
go.
to fucking do.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes
right.
the t-shirts are in jokes, and that's okay. That's okay. Is that one of those t-shirts you'd have to explain to people? They'd be like, why? With a girl's head and a tail?
No,
And would you just literally be like, let me tell you.
Look, hipsters would buy that T-shirt knowing no context. Let's be
that's
fair.
true.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You could sell that for $25.
Yeah,
If
fuck
you
it.
were outside of where a band was playing that a bunch of hipsters were at.
Knickerbockers.
I'm just saying, that'd be the place to go.
Need a vendor's license.
No, I'll just hang out outside.
You show up and
I'll
just
just
go,
hang out outside
right.
of Jack's Cigars and then
T-shirt?
wait for
T-shirt?
them.
Yeah. That. Sure.
Or
yes.
brothers. That will work well.
And hipsters
Yeah.
brothers.
Wait, do hipsters
Oh,
go
local
brothers?
jokes.
Crazy.
And hipsters, you'd only need like 2 sizes
Chad's turn.
because either they're really skinny or they're kind of wide.
That's actually
so you don't need
really
any
true.
of the middle
Nope,
sizes.
nope.
You know, 'cause
You need like
hipsters-
super petite.
Well,
Yeah.
we just need a button-up flannel version of every T-shirt we do, and then it'll be fine.
Super petite and like extra husky.
There you go. Extra husky should be a size if it's
Don't look at your stuff and freak me out.
Freak out so easily. It's so great. That's what I love about him.
I'm always afraid the audio has turned off, Matt.
Look, you made an A.
Although with me, let's be fair, it doesn't fucking matter. You
It's
guys are
a
all in the same
V.
room.
Yeah, I mean, I picked you up on my mic, so.
Oh, trading these in? Wow, 5 of them, buddy.
Boom! I just leaped out ahead of you bitches.
You get.
That is not a
you get 10 points for that.
derogatory comment.
You get 10 points for that.
I get 10 points?
Yeah.
Wow.
You get 10 points for 5. It starts to scale up randomly. Here, this is... No, look, you're supposed to be looking at this. This is
Oh,
the
yeah, I'm
point.
supposed to walk like that. Okay.
There's the points.
Oh, so 3 you get 4. So,
Yes.
Okay.
Well, this game's great
steps
in that
up.
you can actually just score at any point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
It's not like you can magically hide what you've done.
Yeah, true that.
I see right where you've been.
You have 8 points.
I haven't counted mine either.
You have 8 points.
Yeah, that's true. How many does Andrea have? She's got 8 more?
She's got... no, she's got 2, 3, 5, 9. Yeah. I only have 4. There we go. See? That's it's another part of this game. If you fuck up the scoring, you haven't really
you
fucked
just-
up the
yeah,
scoring.
Look and see what you've done. It's all good.
All right, last news article.
Go, news article, bring it.
Clerks 3. What? They're going to start shooting in May.
Wow.
Yeah, they're already far enough in the process that they're shooting. They're going to be shooting in May.
Do you think they'll be babies?
That would
mean,
that
right?
would- yeah.
Like Muppet Babies, but with
Randall
Clerks.
Jr.
Well, because, yeah. I mean, when they got married, she was pregnant.
You could call him RJ. It would totally work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rosario Dawson has to be in this one, right?
Well, unless she's left him.
Well,
Which
And
is
that
very
could be
possible.
part of it.
Yeah.
and then Randall has a little black baby.
She took the kid with her. Maybe he only sees it like every other weekend.
Perhaps.
That's sad. I'm sad now.
I looked at
Thanks.
I looked at the IMDb, and they really only had the bare bones people
They're not
listed
good
so
people.
far. They only had the bare
They're
bones.
flawed people. Let them be flawed.
They only had the bare bones people listed so far: Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes, Randall, and whatever the fuck his name is.
Dante.
Dante. Sorry, I should know that. I feel bad. I should know that. Mike Johnson has completely turned this one off, hasn't he?
Oh, is he like a big Kevin Smith hater?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a
Kind of
hater.
hates on Kevin Smith a little bit.
But I don't know. I'll watch it.
Oh yeah. Why wouldn't you watch it? Sure.
The thing I was more interested in though is that he already knows what he's doing after Clerks 3 because he's
Yeah.
already working on that movie.
Yeah.
It's a musical.
That makes total sense.
It's
I
a
thought he was going to make a hockey movie and then hang
And then
shit up.
quit.
dude. That dude's never quit.
No.
You know, he doesn't make it. He has a podcast empire. Look up Smodcastle. You won't be.
Jay
Turned
and
out.
Silent Bob will be standing outside the door of the convenience store, both of them with babies in little carriers.
Oh,
out of their
yeah,
tummy.
And they're both
That would
black.
be hilarious.
And they're both black guys.
One's Chinese and one's black.
Yeah,
One's Chinese and one.
Got to be. Yeah, Silent Bob is totally.
Jay's is Chinese. Jay's
Oh, I was
is
going to
Chinese.
say Bob's is
Bob's
Chinese.
Chinese.
Bob's is
Yeah.
Chinese.
Big guys like Asian chicks, I can tell you that.
Fascinating contrast.
Simon, my cousin, is not a big guy. And they're making a total Irish ninja right now.
Oh man.
Right now.
That's well, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, she's Korean, but I only say that because their baby shower pictures were literally little pink ninjas with diapers.
And shamrocks on their heads.
Wow.
Well, she's Korean and he's the most German. like bleached blonde, but actually the color of his hair. So there's going to be a bleached blonde Korean kid getting beat up somewhere in like 12 years.
You heard it here first, people.
Oh, yeah.
That's the future.
So,
I think it's his
sorry, go
turn.
ahead.
Say it's your turn, I think.
Okay, sorry.
Have they released any possible plot information, or is it just like, hey, we're making it, see ya?
A little bit, and this was a while ago. I tried to look it up, but this was probably a year and a half ago or something like this when he started writing it. Originally, this was going to be a novel. He was going to write Clerks 3 as a novel, and that was it. And that was his big fucking plan. But then he's like, well, as I was shipping it around, and as I was writing it, I realized I just started writing it as a movie. And I'm like, so, okay, we'll just do it as a movie again.
Because he makes a movie. I mean, that's what he writes.
Yeah, it says, Kevin Smith ever written a novel or anything longer than like a 2-page article?
I think he's done comic book stuff for Jay and Silent Bob and stuff like that, but that's the closest.
Yeah, that's still a lot more just like storyboarding, not novelizing. Interesting. I think scripting.
But what happened to the hockey movie?
I don't know. I'm sure that'll come at some point. He's a giant hockey person. But I'm all excited for Clerks 3, and the musical is it's called Helena Handbag, and it's an apocalyptic horror comedy musical.
It's with a giant Jesus. That's what I read, and something rapture based. It's like a new take on Red State.
Humans team up with hell to fight a giant Jesus that is trying to make the rapture happen.
Yeah.
And the idea entirely comes from them riffing on one of his podcasts. And the podcast, if you want to look it up, is called The Crapture. They named it The Crapture.
Wow, all right.
So you can look it up, and you can sort of hear the riffing short story that this whole movie will come from.
The whole Red State comment. Didn't Red State end on... No, it was okay, never mind. Now I remember. Okay. Just move along.
Anyway,
good story.
I wonder if he saw this is the end and was like, oh, Rapture. Yeah. I want to make a Rapture movie. Another one. Not a fake out Rapture movie.
Yeah, but to be fair, this one will come out in like 3 years because he has to...
Well, I don't care. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? That's like an impetus to go, whoa, somebody else made it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'll make it.
Yeah. I think he'd make a pretty good, funny... I don't know about the musical part, because has he done songs in movies?
Someone else write those.
Other than Jay and Silent Bob.
No, but with a musical, they have to be.
I mean, Jay always kind of sings.
They're part of the whole thing.
You can have an consultant help him.
Yeah,
they had in the original.
Jay's always rapping.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure he's a very musical guy. I'm sure he could do it. He could do it. Why couldn't he do it? Sure, he could do it.
With the right help, as Andrea says, hiring the right people. Do whatever you like. God damn it, go to the moon.
I do think it would be a good idea to get somebody on your side.
Build a killer robot. Write a musical.
Well, he said his spirit animal for writing it is the Book of Mormon right now. So,
like the real Book of Mormon, or like the
musical
show?
The musical Book of Mormon. What? Trey Parker, Matt Stone.
Gotcha.
The funniest fucking musical I've ever goddamn seen.
Spirit animal. What is your spirit animal?
I immediately go to shitty jokes.
You're so lame.
I know you were asking like a serious question.
What is a spirit animal?
My spirit animal is a groundhog.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Adorable.
How about you? Mm-hmm. Spirit animal.
I figure him hyena.
Oh!
That is a good one. Yes. I like that.
My spirit animal is the Joker from Batman.
I think Mike is misunderstanding the concept of spirit animal. Well, no, you're dealing with the spirit, not the letter. What about your spirit animal?
I really don't know. What do you think, honey? I came up with yours.
Your spirit animal is the
You must spend 6 days.
Oh God, how is it said? Ass
with
cancer.
no water or food, and then march into the desert for 7 days.
But what about an animal?
Yeah, an animal would be helpful.
I don't know. What is okay? Probably owl or something like that.
The groundhog saved me.
Quiet and unassuming.
Well, owls aren't quiet.
Brought me back from the brink of death.
Like anybody
they fly
who actually
really
knows,
quietly.
Anybody who actually knows animals are the most loud, fucking annoying.
Like it'd be
animals.
quiet and you don't know that they're coming up behind you.
So Jason is your spirit animal.
So like a stalker animal.
Yeah, stalker animal. You don't even know.
The groundhog is strong of heart.
No, you'd be a house cat. Your spirit animal's a house cat.
Mm-hmm.
You'll sneak up behind stuff and then you'll nuzzle it.
And they'll cuddle with it.
You'll bat it around.
At no point do you go in for the kill.
A nice porcupine.
It's true, you are crazy.
I was saying.
Oh, they're getting married.
This is why we're getting married.
Relatively soon. This is gonna happen.
This is
coming
why
up.
we're
I
getting
bought a
married.
gift already. I can't take it back.
Shit, you bought a gift already?
No, I'm totally.
Oh, okay. All right. Woo! Woo! I was like, oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That was joking in that. Good job.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Well, for me, nobody else cared.
Yeah, well.
All right.
No, we can beat each other up and we still love each other.
Oh.
No,
That's true,
I'm
though.
with you though. I do think he can do a musical. I do think he can do a musical. I like the. I don't like all of his movies, but I do like the fact that he tries to change shit up. He tries
He gets
different
crazy.
things.
Yes, he does.
Red State was very different. than
Yes,
anything
it
he's done.
was. Well,
It
that's
was
so
kind
true.
of disturbing.
I
Yeah.
liked it. I did.
Well, he definitely had something to say on that movie.
I'll never watch it again, but I liked it too.
That's how I feel
You know?
too. I don't need to ever see it again, but it's pretty good.
I'm gonna pretend it's my turn.
Do it.
Yeah.
Fucking do it.
Sure, why not?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yips.
So, Clerks 3 is just going to be a revisal of Clerks 1, the original Clerks, I think.
Clerks 1, the original Clerks. Boom yow.
You just
Flicked it.
snap.
And they're gonna just insert wrong burgundy into it somehow.
No. All right. Let's move on to the hypothetical of the week.
Hypothetical of the week. Wow, that kind
That was cool. What you were doing there.
I know, I was like putting on my cortisone.
Ring finger
Jack it up,
cortisone.
Yeah.
Where's your cheese? Where's your tiger?
That was almost a spit take there, people.
All right. We had two things about society decline tonight.
Yes.
Japan declining in society, and Clerks, and the Clerks creator, Kevin Smith, writing an apocalyptic comedy about rapture.
Right.
So my hypothetical is to you. The world ends tomorrow. But, and there is no escaping that, but you get to pick how it ends.
By fire or by ice? Sorry, that's a pun.
How does the shit hit the fan? Pick the angle.
What do you think,
That
Chad?
is awesome. That is.
Oh,
Here's what I went with. Did anybody else see Cabin in the Woods?
Yes.
That movie was fucking awesome.
It's a great movie. Yep, it was fine. Well, fine film. Fine.
It ends with ancient Titan nightmare gods coming back to the world and taking over.
Which is cool.
I want either that or straight what the Bible says is going to happen. That. I want that. Because you're going to fucking die and you're going to die horribly and it's going to hurt. But when you get up there, you're going to be like, motherfucker, I just died in the rapture.
I just got pulled up like on
oh,
a
you
God
died from a
string.
heart attack? Oh, that's cute. I died in the fucking rapture. A demon skull fucked me to death. That's what happened.
and then you turned into Jonah.
A demon skull fucked him to death. All right, cool.
I would go with all the dumb people spontaneously combust.
Whoa.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of explosions. I would agree.
That
with
could take out the core. It could take out the core. It
Yep.
totally could.
That's
Wow. I guess you never thought about that. Could take out the core.
7 billion people. Let's assume 6 billion of them blow up.
Only one of us at this table would survive. I don't know
I
who.
think it's Andrew because otherwise,
You're probably right.
shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a close second.
Oh man,
Yeah, we're fucked.
I didn't try to come up with
I
that.
laughed really hard at fart jokes. Really hard at fart
I guess
jokes.
that would become like, what is the criteria for dumb? I'm not trying to nail you.
If it's just universal, it's dumb.
Why didn't you stare at me? Stop staring at
There's a
me.
cutoff. I mean, yeah, you make a good point. How dumb is dumb enough?
Yeah.
Can you be
yeah.
smart enough as a dumb person?
Anyone
55.
under 100 IQ.
That's not as many people. Socially dumb, too.
I missed it by 2 points. Damn it. Okay, this isn't the way I would like it in, but I wouldn't mind if someone else chose a zombie apocalypse. because I always wondered how I would fare. You know, how well would I do? How long could I survive?
Right, right.
Because so that'd be interesting to find out. But I think I would go for something a little more. Something. What would you call it? I'd like to think that it would be the snow globe that we actually exist in would fall off some table and break, and we would just be done.
We just get sucked into a black hole.
Yeah, it's just like suddenly we'd look up and we'd see a floor and be like, "What the boom?" And it'd be
And I mean that
water smash. We'd fly.
That is an option too. Like literally, just like
glitter everywhere.
Exactly.
Solar flare takes out the atmosphere and we all just die within seconds. Like that is an option.
Our lungs all blah.
Or an aspirin.
I mean, time is relative, so I mean, it would take a long time for it to hit the floor. I mean, we'd all theorize about what that is. Why is there an oak grain? Stretching across the sky.
I was listening to a thing, and I don't remember what it's from. It's a reference from another. It's a reference from another person, so I can't tell you what the original was. But there's some old sci-fi story about how aliens come to Earth, but they move so fast that it looks like we're standing still.
Yeah. You were
And
it
views us. They look at us the same way we look at plants. Like they can't. They don't think there's any intelligent life on this planet because nothing can keep up with them. Nothing moves on their same wave level.
Yes, because I told you that story on Thursday.
Oh, you did? Thank you.
It's a fucking fascinating story.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure.
Told me the story.
Yes.
His memory is great, by the way.
No, it's shit.
But it's a fascinating concept because I am with you. I think that it would be like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where the alien construction company shows up and is just like, you haven't filed the proper paperwork, so we have to destroy your planet. So we're building an interstellar highway, and everyone's like, oh, Jesus Christ, how do we quit? And just crawl.
And then some British guy nails Zooey Deschanel.
What?
I mean, if you go by the movie, which I don't, go by the books. But yeah.
Something like that.
I think that'd be great. Yeah. Give you just enough time to panic, run around, do all the crazy shit you probably shouldn't do,
and then die. Put a bag on your head, lay on the floor of the pub.
Well, I was thinking more like have sex with people that you probably shouldn't just because you're like, oh, God, there's not enough time.
Yeah. Or go bowling.
That. Eat a bunch.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be around you when the world ends. You're fucking boring as shit.
I already eat a bunch. I would go bowling.
Eat all the cheese. Just a random side note. I read an article today about this cheese that's called, this is wrong, but I'm just going to say it, called something like Mennonite cheese, right? And it's a cheese that they make in France. Listen to this story.
I'm listening.
It's got a rind in it that has been created by cheese mites in France and also Germany and other European countries. That people eat a lot of cheese that has dead cheese mites in it. They are mites that live on cheese. They eat it, and what they do with it, with some chemical reaction, right, like has a thing. But in the United States, they are counted as filth. So this French cheesemaker has been sending cheese over here that he's been selling, but the FDA suddenly found out about it, and they're like, whoa, we have to count this as rotten food because there's too many cheese mites in it, or we can ship it back to you like 300,000 pounds worth of cheese, too expensive to ship back when he wasn't going to be able to, the people he'd sold it to couldn't sell it. You know, the FDA dumps it in a bunch of dumpsters, pours bleach all over it, walks away.
What?
Doesn't that seem kind of fucked up?
Seems a little bit wrong.
Gourmet French cheese.
Yeah.
There isn't one dude on that like FDA crew that walks in and goes, guys, we could just get a truck. I could go run a truck.
I'm talking about, right?
We could go put it in the truck.
Black market cheese. Black market cheese.
I wouldn't even sell that shit. I would just take it home. We can split this. We can split this even.
So
we can split this even, guys.
Cheese.
This is the best cheese you've ever had in your life. Your ham and cheese is never going to be the same.
This is him preparing to be a sumo wrestler.
That's true.
Oh shit. Okay,
so, yeah.
But yeah, that's it's the dude at the FDA has never had good cheese.
That's what I'm saying.
He's like used to the American cheese that comes in the little like cellophane.
Mm-hmm.
You mean oil?
Yeah, like the cheese food product.
Yeah.
And he makes this grilled cheese with it. He puts it with his ham. He puts it on everything, and yeah, that's not cheese.
He's a piece of shit and he shouldn't be in
Doesn't
charge of
taste
shit.
And then we eat the worst.
That seems like somebody who's like, we're going to go to the letter of the law,
crappy
not the
cheese.
spirit.
I'm sorry, I do like white bread.
So,
My husband likes white bread too.
Yeah, no, I can't eat wheat
I
or
don't know
whole
what that's
wheat or
about.
whatever.
you're wrong.
I know.
Fine. It's okay. I judged you a little bit, but I
Well,
didn't mean
you judged
to.
me 'cause I'm-
It just slipped out.
All right, so you guys can't see this, but the winner this week is Chad!
Chad, yeah!
You won, buddy!
It's been like forever ago. I
You
think
won on Jenga.
I
You
only
won on
won. Yeah,
Jenga.
I think I won twice in the whole world.
You won tonight, buddy.
Because of this one right here, yo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did good.
You won tonight.
You did good.
It did take when we played this game the first time, it took 2.5 hours to actually finish
I
the
bet.
game.
It did take a while.
No, I can see why you would say this is a super cool, interesting
This is
game.
an
Because I
amazing
found
game.
myself kind of getting into it and being like, no, we have to talk. And
We have to
stuff.
talk.
This is an amazing game.
So,
This is a genuinely
I can
good
see
game.
that. I can
Okay,
see
so
that.
All right, guys, we're gonna let you go.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the fuck up, but we'll get it. Go get it next time.
Sorry about the. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
we're coming back again. Have fun, play games, talk with cool stuff with your friends. Hang out, please play.
Play the game.
And somebody fuck somebody in Japan. All right, bye.
What's the fucking in Japan?
Look,
See ya.
I'm gonna
Bye.
wave at the
We're gonna leave
non-existent
it. Let's
camera.
not do it anyway.
I'm gonna wave
I
at
got nothing to cut away. I
I'm
gotta
gonna
turn
wave
some
at
shit off
I'm
now.
gonna wave at all
So-
the things.
all the things.
Back streets, back. All right. You guys are making fun, but I legitimately like Backstreet Boys. I don't give a fuck. I'm at this age and point in my life where I just don't care what people think anymore. Like, I love Katy Perry. If that makes me gay, then that makes me gay, and I'll suck all the dicks.